guess. Let's do the temperate. So in the temperate, we're just gonna pull water. Let's see if it works remotely. Well, hell, there you are.
Warp drive active.
Just gonna sit over here and do it. Alright, what we gotta do is find some pools. And since we have a lot of friendlies in the system, what we want to do is make sure we're not building anywhere where anyone else might have set up, since we don't know if it's a friendly or even one of our alts. Hell, God, that's fucking annoying. And you don't want to play this sit too remotely from anything else. You will most likely have to move it pretty soon once that's depleted. Even though it might be really nice to have it right there. Then again, we can put it in the middle of these two. So let's start. Begin with the launch pad. Storage. Now you want to place them as close as possible. And since this is a water planet, it's gonna have a lot of pool. So you're gonna want a lot of you want to go heavy early on. Because your initial pool is gonna be pretty huge. And you might find you favored a different cycle time. I like 3 days because it requires less attention. And you can actually kind of do this offhand, not have to worry about it too much. And if you make a mistake, try not to submit, just in case you do, like what just happened right there. You would have to wait another minute. don't forget to reroute. And this is all going into the silo, so it all fits. And these are gonna break out water to the launch pad. Now, because you don't have anything there pulled yet, you're gonna have to go into your routes and check the incoming, and from here create the route for the water. Otherwise, you're gonna have to wait till there's some pull and then do it. Since you don't want to wait for that and just get it all set up at the same time, might as well do it now. And one way to verify that things have a route is to check the percentage. There we go. All done.
Warp drive active.
Now let's set up the same thing on the ice planet. See if I can do it a little quicker. Being sober might help.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted. Warp drive active.
Now we're going to do the same thing here. Excuse me. And though you'll notice that there might not be any deep red, this entire planet is pretty much, you can build anywhere. And see, there are some people's nodes right there. That might be a good spot right there. Why not? And like I was saying before, you don't really need the command center anywhere near what you're building. It just has to go anywhere, upgrade it, forget about it. Spaceport, storage, processors, extractors. And like I said, it's just a balance game. It's pretty fun. Just figure out what your pull and processing is. One quick trick that you can try to do if you build, if you short yourself on processors and you have a really big pool, but you know you don't want to worry about it later because you have a planet that has might have a deep red pool but gets exhausted pretty quickly. Is just transfer what your pull is from the silo into the launcher and just send it into the Poco. Just temporarily. And then bring it back in when you need it. When things start to slow down. Oh, that's it. And later on, you can sacrifice some PG for when you have to build extractors a little bit farther on. But for right now, since we got a good setup, you just build things as close as you can. The shitty thing is when you forget to do this and everything gets wasted just because you forget to do routes. So just double check everything as a transit, and that's it. Job well done. And just check it after a few days. See, that's a pretty good balance. It's not pulling too much, and just enough to where you can just extract later on. You don't want it to cause too much of a headache, to where it becomes more babysitting your planet than anything else. But like I said, oh, like this is what I did right there. Whoops. There we go. And you're gonna have to rearrange a few things every now and then. No worries. There. Now since I fucked up with that initial transfer, I thought there was more in product. but it was more raw. Oversight, but here we go. Let's just build more processors anyway. Done. I should kill it off pretty soon, and we shouldn't have any more waste. But like I said, every now and then, when your pools become depleted, you can break down and just build on the other side, or on gas planets. What usually happens is they're on the bottom and top. So there's a good pool right there. I usually like building on the straight lines. Like this guy has a pretty good setup. He'll be able to pull from this entire area without having to relocate anything. The good thing about this setup is it might work in high sec as well as in low. And low sec especially is pretty different from wormholes and null sec. I'm not familiar with null sec, but I have done PI in wormholes, and you have such a massive concentration of the areas that you don't really have to worry about where you place things. You can build everything close to there and just have the third stage product come out from the same area. But if you were to build a, say, coolant right here, you would have to get the water, which is pretty scarce, as you can see. But the good thing about these is, in gas planets, they're right next to each other. So most people build here, and would build, say, right there, and pull from both. But as time passes and things migrate, you're forced to do one thing as either breakdown or just deal with the decreased pull and production. So your first initial values are going to seem high, but as time goes on, in about a month or two, they're going to be very low. So this extractor planet, just extractor crunching, has worked out pretty well for me. Hope it works out well for you too. Good luck, fellas. We're about.